I'm up here probably over 10,000 feet, and I see this spot, and that right there. I'm mule deer hunting in the high country, up at the top of this peak, literally at 10,000 feet, and there's an antelope bedded right there. That's crazy. I know they come up into this tri-basin, but man, to see it bedded right there on this ridge line is weird. It's a beautiful morning. There goes that antelope. That's so funny. There's 3 more antelope way up on that ridge line. They came running across that face. It's crazy. I mean, we're up high in the mountains, at least 10,000 feet. So those peaks over there are 11.7, I think. They're just running back and forth. I've never seen antelope on these high peak ridges like that. That's crazy. So up on these ridge lines, there'll be beds tucked usually against a tree. And they'll just be sitting where they can jump right over the ridge and go over and see down below them in either direction. Those mule deer beds. Yeah, what a pretty morning. So quiet up here. There's an elk bugling down just over that ridge. Every so often I can hear him bugle. There's Eric. He says he shot a deer. So I kept hunting for an hour, so see if he really shot one. Yeah, it's pretty country. Well, where was he?
When I got here, I could still see the deer that you'd seen way over there.
Any bucks?
Not that I could tell. It looked like it was a couple of does, but they were too far for me to know for sure. There were 3 of them down on this knob just above the Quakies. And the one seemed like it was a lot bigger, but as daylight came on, they were still there until about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
And I could finally tell, almost positive, no, it was just 2 does and a fawn. But what I noticed while I was looking at these, I just caught something flickering out of the corner of my eye, and I could see something down in here. But they were all, there's all these treetops in front of me, and I couldn't tell what was what. And, the one looked like I'd seen some horns, but I wasn't sure. So I wasn't going to take a chance on it. And then he came out. You can see these trees that are closest to us, the pines.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of jogs in, and then goes, and then jogs in again.
Yeah.
So he was right up in there, standing by himself. There was 6. Something spooked him, because they were looking off this way, but something spooked him, and I could tell there was about 6 or 7 deer down there. And then he came up and stood all by himself up here. And so I ranged him and was trying to get settled in, and every time I get ready to fire, I kept jerking my, this is stupid. You know? It's not like it's the monster of the world and I should be worried. You know? It took me about 20 seconds to finally get settled down, and I think I did a good shot. It was 265 yards, and he ran, took 3 big leaps and went into that next little cove.
Nice.
He did not come out. The deer that he was with did not. They went on up through between those 2 trees. They're kind of by themselves on the incline there.
Mm-hmm.
He did not come out with them. So I thought he's either in there dead, and so I don't have to worry about getting down there right away, or he got away, and I'm not going to climb back up the hill. So I'll just wait here, and when you get here, you can probably the best be just to stay right up here in case he's just wounded and comes out this direction. You'd still be able to see him.
Sounds good.
And there could still be something
moving
come from this other direction, but again, most of the feeding and movement I think is kind of over with. But
yeah,
it was pretty much typical of what I've had the last 2 times I was here. There was one vehicle that came up. You can see the road down there.
Yeah, way down there.
He came down and stayed there for a while, and then they drove on through. So if I did get him, what I've done the last 2 times, I just took it down. You can see this other kind of a loop that ends at the trees.
Yeah.
I just drug it down to there and then hiked across and got the vehicle and then drove right to it and threw it in.
Sounds good. He's gonna go look for his deer. Should be down there. I'm gonna sit here in case it gets up and runs out, or anything runs out. Eat some smoked fish, smoked trout. Mountain Dew. Perfect morning. It's probably in the high 40s right now, low 50s. Cool, but not too cold. Alright, just when I said it was warm, this cool breeze started. Now it's really cold. He found a blood trail. He radioed and said he's following the blood trail, but in case it pops out, I'm supposed to keep my eye on here because it went back this way. Okay, he got the deer. He just radioed me. Shot it over here, but he says it's somewhere in here. So, good deal. I think we're gonna try and haul it down to that 4-wheeler road and then hike back to the truck way up this ridge line is. Fun, get down off this cliff somehow. We're way up there on top. And I see his orange flagging there, marking the way in. Let's go see this deer. He said it's small, so good meat deer. Shut this off so I can take his flagging down. Do a 2x3.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good body on him.
Yeah.
And he's healthy and fat and thick.
Yep. Yeah, like I say, he was definitely larger than the other deer around him. It just took a long time to identify him as being a buck.
Yeah, I'm surprised he has that big of a body with small antlers. Well, get to cutting.
Get at it.
Was it a good blood trail? It looks like it. I can see it coming in.
Down here it is. There was a couple places
Disappeared.
Nothing. It came to a cross trail was the weirdest thing, and there was this big splotch of blood just before it. But I didn't know if he went straight or left or right.
Yeah.
Took me quite a while to finally pick it up again.
See how healthy this deer is. Look how thick that fat is on his rump. Inch and a half. Did you lose the blade?
Almost.
I lost mine in marks for quite some time. Finally we found it. Healthy deer. All loaded up. I'm talking to the camera. We're gonna drag down here to a four-wheeler road and then be done. So, pretty easy. I've got a hind quarter and a front shoulder in my pack. He's got loins, back straps, and a hind quarter he's dragging, and the head. So, be good meat, nice fat deer, and healthy and young. So.